one in travel house?
Oh, it's pain. Would you rather buy a bunch of houses or one house?
Different areas.
That's like company money. You can't like.
Something up here, please. So on the top of your warm-up, it says, I love y equals mx plus b. Why do we love y equals mx plus b? Easy to do what?
Graph it.
It's easy to graph it when it's in that form. Okay, so today we're going to talk about standard form, and there's a little sad face there because standard form not so much. Don't want it so much. So standard form. Here's an example of an equation that's in standard form. 3x plus y equals -1. How would we graph that? Can I get a hand, please, for what we would do if we want to graph that? Thank you, Derek. Yes. Yeah, so our slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we want to change it to look like that. So what is the first thing, a hand please, that we would do to this to get this to be a slope intercept form? A hand please. Yes, we've got to get that y by itself. So we want to isolate the y. So subtracting 3x would be our first step. So we have to do it on both sides of the equation. So these cancel, right? And then we're left with y equals, which is good, looks much closer to this. And then my next step over here, do I want to put the -3x first or do I want to put the -1 first?
-3x.
Why?
Because that's in y equals mx.
Yes, we want it to be slope intercept form, so we want the x term first. So -3x minus 1. Does that make sense? Did you have a question on that? So I needed to get it to look like this. So I have to isolate that y. I have to get the y by itself. So I first need to take this -3x from both sides. So that's where the -3x comes from. Okay. So now when I go to graph it, how do I graph that? So this group here, tell me how to graph this. What do I do this group here to graph 3x, -3x minus 1? Start with -1 on the y-axis. So Henry answered that. Is there somebody else in that group that can do the rest of it?
Go down 3 over 1.
Good. So we're going to use our slope of -3. And go from that point, go down 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 1. We could also go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the left 1. Either one will work. Because that either way, up 3 over -1 gives me -3, or -3 over 1 gives me -3. And then we draw a line using our ruler. And then what's left to do?
Arrows.
Arrows, because it goes on forever on both sides. Okay, so next one. What do I do on the next one to get it in standard form? So eventually we're going to do that, but let's get our y term. Let's get the negative 4y by itself first.
Minus 5x on this.
Yes, let's minus 5x on both sides. So that wasn't wrong. It's just that it might cause us to have a fraction. So let's get that negative 5x to the other side first. So these cancel. Is this a negative 4y or positive 4y? Negative 4y. And then I put the negative 5x first. And then somebody else in this group, what would I do next to get that into slope and intercept form? Good. Positive 4 or negative 4? Good. So we want to divide this side by negative 4 and this whole side here by negative 4. These cancel and we get y equals negative 5 over negative 4 becomes positive, right? So that becomes 5/4 x. Really common mistake is to forget to divide the number by that negative 4 also. So we still need to divide the 12 divided by negative 4, and that gives us negative 3. So this group over here, tell me how to graph that. Do it. And go up. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we draw our line. And we put arrows on the ends. And there's our line. Okay, temporarily, I'm going to skip number 8. Let's go to number 9. So this was back here. What would we do first to get into the slope and intercept form? 9. That's right. Minus an x on both sides. So we get negative y equals negative x plus 5. And then somebody else in that group, what do we do next? Divide both sides by negative 1. Good, because that negative y means a negative 1y. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. So we get y equals positive x. 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5. Again, make sure you divide both of them by that number. So then how would we graph that? This group here, tell me how to graph it. Use your group. Anybody in your group. Start at negative 5 where? Good. Good. So he knew that it's assumed to be a 1, which is 1 over 1. So he's going to go up 1 to the right 1. I'm going to go another point, up 1 to the right 1. Does that make sense? And okay, so I want you on number 8. This is a you try. I want you to do this on your own.
I got y equals 2x.
I was gonna say.
Actually, like, I'm just looking at the picture. No, I like closed my private story was like in shock. Or, like, cause like I was like, cause like it was like the realization, and then 5 minutes later, it was not from her. Like I'm gonna show it to you before the class ends. This is so funny.
It's like your book.
Like have fun. Really good week, girl. And you lose your friendship. You already lost my friendship. You're gonna lose your whatever friendship you have with him. And your whole friend group. Like you know that he doesn't like you. You've seen what he does. You're his friend. Like what? Like you know how he is. Like okay, you have to know. So
Big football. The soccer ball.
what?
Remember that?
So pretty guys. I love talking about him every second of the day. He's so good. He's so good in the beginning. He's been possessed. I hope you know that every time that he kisses her, and he's not kissing her because he wants to kiss her, we all know that he's thinking about the main ex, Clara, every single time he kisses her. So go ahead, girl. Have fun. He's pretending like a Clara. Yeah. I was the first girl after Clara. And after me, he became a bop. I think Clara turned him into a bop, and I was just the beginning of the bop phase. Then after me, so God. Because literally today after me, him fucking started like a girl. No, like, oh. And I found out because his best friend told me. His own best friend told me. He was like, oh yeah, like we were on like a medal, and I was like, oh, did you guys get it? I did, and I was like, good. And then he was like, and so I was like,
Wait, have 8
funny because he said he's coming back. He'll come back one day. I think he will one day. He's more to it. One day he'll get it all. I just know the one who regrets stuff that I'm not gonna want to get back together with him.
Oh, you did?
After all this. It's never been. It's never truly been. I'll go down. You're like jamming at the house.
Okay, your equation should be y equals 2x plus 3, and your graph should look like that. Any